Hello my friends and welcome. My name is Dix and I'm back for the final quarterfinal, which is the final in which I was battling against OmegaPit. OmegaPit's a very, he's been around a long time. He's been around since 4th gen in the Pokeforum. He's ancient. Well, not really. He's not too old. He's been around. But looking at these teams, he wasn't nearly taking it as seriously as I was, I guess. I remember he did have a little bit of a dispute about the fact that I brought a full, proper OU team and stuff. But Joe, or OmegaPit, is running a full water team of Starmie, Azumarill, Gyarados, Empoleon, Quagsire, and Feraligatr, whereas I am running Mega Diancie, Rotom, Landorus core coming up again, Heatran, Heracross, and Ferrothorn. Now, my team is quite bulky, very standard compared to Joe's, and I do feel a bit bad for it, but I was taking this seriously. Come on, I kind of advertised this as like the proper SONM tournament, the best of the best kind of thing. So I wanted to take it seriously, didn't I? You know. And I guess Joe had a different approach. So this battle, we'll see how it goes. I'm sorry it's recorded like this. I had a bit of a aneurysm and lost the recording or whatever, and had to do this instead. So whatever. Hope you enjoy, guys. So Joe leads off with his Starmie. I lead off with my Landorus T. I just go straight for the U-turn. I think I outspeed Starmie, he's weak to a U-turn, I get free damage and I get a free switch into Rotom, and I can just Volt Switch on him again. He hasn't actually got anything that can take the Volt Switch apart from Quagsire, so once Quagsire's gone I can definitely just Volt Turn freely on his team and absolutely tear it apart. I go back into Landorus just to scout what he's going to do. He goes into his Feraligatr and starts setting up behind the screens, which he's set up, which is a bit scary, but I have got the Ferrothorn in the back. Like I said in the last installment of this, Ferrothorn is very, very good against physical things that set up. And as you can see here, even though he does 40% and he's behind the sub, I'm still doing damage to him since he's behind the sub, and because he's so fast, Gyro Ball is now doing even more. He's set up another sub. What that means now is if he attacks me again, he dies, so I can just freely go for Gyro Balls, Stealth Rocks, because I know he's going to die, he can't do anything. I can just set up freely, and if I want to, I can just fodder off my Ferrothorn for this Ferrothorn to die as well. Which doesn't matter too much, because looking at his team, the only other thing I can see that would have been a threat is maybe Gyarados, but I have got other things to deal with Gyarados anyway, so I'm kind of hedging on bets a bit with that, really. So I go back into Landorus T, he's kind of my go-to kind of switch in. He's fast Scarfer, he can just U-turn straight on out on things. He goes into Azumarill, and that is a huge power Azumarill, and he straight up OHKOs my Heatran. And yeah, so I kind of play around a bit, do a couple of double switches. It doesn't really work out for me as in comes Quagsire, but I decide want to get rid of his lefties, get a bit of residual damage on him, so I put on a Will-O-Wisp, so he's burnt now. And then I go into my Heracross. Turns out he has a curse set, another setting up set, which is kind of, quite annoying, but I go for a Mega Horn with my Banded Heracross. Yes, this is a Banded Heracross, which is usually less favoured to the Scarfed one. As you can see by how much the Mega Horn was doing though, it was quite scary. He goes into his Empoleon, turned out to be an Agility Empoleon, which isn't something you see every day at all. He goes for a Grass Knot, but since I'm the lightest washing machine on the market, that does nothing. Since Grass Knot damage is done based on my weight. I go into a Landorus T, since I'm Scarfed, I know I'm not going to outspeed him, and that does kill off his Empoleon. Does mean I'm locked into Earthquake though, so his Gyarados can get a free Dragon Dance up, but I go into Rotom. Turns out he's a Mega, which is kind of almost bad because it means that the Volt Switch is going to do less. But at the same time, it's not too bad because it does mean that he's not going to have substitute and yeah, I can go into Landorus T and just U-turn, which is now super effective, and Volt Switch is actually almost even better in that case. So I won the battle 4-0. I think it's 4-0. It didn't actually show me. It didn't actually show me whether my Diancie was still alive or not. But I don't think I actually went into it in the end. Either way, that was a good battle. He put up a good fight considering he used mono water. So yeah, I've got to commend that. But I go through to the semi-finals, and I will be facing off against Rick, whereas Jezzo will be facing off against Garth. So look forward to that in the next coming episodes. And I've been Dix, and thank you for watching.